Didn't we tell you that the last thing, what is the last thing in the list is what? The last item. Remember what? Didn't I say, remember the departure? Where? Your permanent bedroom is where? No. You should be happy that you live now on the floor, not on the really mattress and whatnot, bed, high enough. Try to live on the floor sometimes in your houses. I cannot live on pain. I said, that's the best thing for physiotherapists. Why you feel, sleepy? Because of the chemical compound being precipitated on central nervous system, muscles, whatnot. Do some massage on it, you find yourself woke up early. If you sleep on the floor for 2 hours, as if you slept 10 hours, you sleep on soft bed, you sleep 10 hours, still you are tired, exhausted, you want to sleep more. For that reason, now they have orthopedic beds and whatnot, and hard bed, whatnot, to make sure that it massages your muscles and wake up early. But remember, in the grave, that's your bedroom. Are you ready to live by yourself? You have no choice. Everybody has no choice. Yeah. Now, usually we tell them, organically, you end up with carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, energy, water, up in the air. But I wish it is like this up there. The smell is the worst smell. If you want to, not to see what goes in the grave, but at least the piece of meat that you have at home, leave it for a day or 2 or 1 week and see what happened to it. See the smell and see all the worms come to it. That's what's going to happen to your body and my body in the grave. Really? The worms are going to come and eat you up, so as nothing stays in your body. From where the worms? They are there. And from within your GI tract. I still remember when I was a teenager, I said I should stay all my life skinny. So it's when I go there, they will eat me the least. If I get, I will feed them every day for maybe weeks till they eat me up. It's good to think that way. From teenagehood, I had that type of feeling. But I wish you see me how I used to be very skinny at that time. Now, organic and inorganic combined together, the seed, we'll tell you more about it, the embryo, the chromosome, the gene, the iron. And then the inorganic is the silicon, the calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and whatnot. What is the seed?
It's in the sacrum.
عشب العصعص, عشب العصعص is the seed of your recreation in the day of judgment. In as much as a tree has a fruit and the fruit has seed, inside the seed has the embryo has the chromosome, the chromosomes have the DNA RNA from which everything is coming back another tree. So you are going to be recreated in the day of judgment from your seed and your embryo. Where it is located at the very bottom of your sacrum called عشب العصعص. In the book of Life, Death, and Life After, I have the picture of it. It's a microchip material that cannot be crushed. Even if you go for cremation or Hindu burning, nothing will happen to it. It will stay as is, protected. In the day of judgment, when it is in the soil, then the rain of day of judgment, ماء الحياة, will pour into the soil. إذا زلزلت الأرض زلزالها وأخرجت الأرض أثقالها. In the book there, I showed you how we come like a seedling from the soil. You will come at the age of 18, he'll come at the age of 25. And you assume your responsibility in the day of judgment. So even if you die at the age of 60, 70, 80, whatever, you will come resynthesized. إِنَّا أَنشَأْنَاهُنَّ إِنشَاءً فَجَعَلْنَاهُنَّ أَبْكَارًا عُرُبًا أَتْرَابًا لِأَصْحَابِ الْيَمِينِ. Even he is going to recreate you as virgin as you should stay, so as your husband and you live up in Jannah and enjoying matrimonial life. هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون. We told you about also the healing depression, how we should prepare yourself for the last. And therefore, my respect for you, sisters and brothers, my respect for you, the more you read about the hereafter, the better smiling face you'll be,
They have a question.
and the more you'll be relaxed. Yes.
They have a question. Like 18 years the female, right? In Jannah. And 25 years the male. Will they be nikah again?
There, they will have the no nikah ceremony, but they will be living together as matrimonial life, sex. Yes. هم وأزواج في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون. The hadith say that they will stay virgin all the time while they are having sex intercourse. And they are having their own mansions privately, nobody is seeing them. But they have children coming to welcome them, to feed them, whatnot, and the angels are Salamun alaykum, Ahla wa Sahla. Bahut Tashrif, come on. Yes.
Children will be what age then?
What?
Our children will be what
Age.
age?
Also 16 and 20.
I mean, if they die before puberty, they'll be the children of Jannah to go and welcome you. By the way, any child that dies at the age of childhood or infanthood, they will stay at the door of Jannah crying. Go. No, we don't want to go to Jannah till we meet my mother and father. So you'll be lucky, blessed if you have lost a child, miscarriage, or died at an infant or childhood. That is a blessing. While you think it's a depression, whatnot, but he is a source of passport letting you to go to Jannah. We told you yesterday about the Huri'een. The Huri'een are for the single man who never married. But you and your husband are husband-wife. Don't tell me I'm stuck with him, he's stuck with me. No, it will be the best happy life. And you know, the hadith also says about the hereafter, the last and the least to enter Jannah, he'll try to go to the door of Jannah to enter, he comes back, Ya Allah, I have no place, everybody got their place, I didn't have any space. He said, go, you have a space. He goes again, 3 times back and forth, there is no space for me. Finally, when he enters, he sees his space, limited space. How small it is? 10 times as big as this planet Earth. This is the least and the last who will get nothing. So, and everything you eat, fruits or vegetables, whatever, you see it's the same, you think. It's different variety, different flavor, different aroma. And the hadiths are also فيها ما لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ما لا عين رأت ولا أذن سمعت ولا خطر على قلب بشر. In Jannah, there are so many beautiful things that you'll never dream to have it. It's not part of your computer brain, it's above. If you have a computer equipment 286, while I have it Windows 95, it doesn't work. 95 is higher. How about 97? How about the Pentium and 300 something or 400 something? It's big. But there's something with the small, cannot appreciate what is that. So no matter how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to tell us about Jannah, it's not going to cross our brain. It's beyond our brain. But believe me, I really love you, respect you. In these 2 days that we have passed, I hope and I pray that it wasn't useless, Dr. Suraya and Dr. Akhtar, that you have assumed the leadership in organizing it. If I said anything wrong, it's me. And kindly correct me. Otherwise, I might repeat the same misery. If anything was okay or happy, or you felt happy even 1 minute, because you are good, and Allah wants you to hear something good, even 1 minute out of 2 days. And the more you are grateful, Dr. Akhtar, the more you assume also leadership to organize your Muslims here on a professional level, on a bigger level, although we are not after number, we are after quality. And if something comes out of this seminar or workshop to the Muslim Ummah in Orlando, as well as in Florida, as well as in the whole country, you are the pioneer. Nobody did it here in Orlando before you. Did anybody do it before? This type of a workshop? No. So what Allah says, وَالسَّابِقُونَ السَّابِقُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ فِي جَنَّاتِ النَّعِيمِ. Those who take the initiative and do something that nobody did before, you are the first to enter Jannah, and you will be close to Allah, enjoying the happiness of Jannah. Think it over, each one of you, what should I do to be a pioneer? What I should do that nobody did it? I don't know, Ya Allah. Go and make Salat al-Haja and cry to Allah, please Allah, make me to do something that nobody has done it. Out of love for you, not for the sake of bragging, for the sake of helping humanity and to please you, Allah. You might wake up in the morning with a new idea that never crossed your mind before. Allah will put it in your brain and open that CPU of your brain. He said there is still something that you didn't find it. He will guide you to do something. Nobody wants it. You'll find Mujib Rahman ready to help you. Okay, come on, brother Mujib, help me. Wallah, I'm tired, take my wife. Oh, his wife will come and help. So, Imam Hamad Masri, are you ready to help? He said, Wallah, I'm ready. I'm 24 hours for you. Umar, are you ready to do it? He said, I am social worker, I'm ready to work. Don't worry. Do whatever you think you should do for the love of Allah, and Allah will reward you. It's not the quantity, I repeat, Mujib. It's not the quantity of the people who in Orlando who are going to bring peace and happiness to the whole world. Think of yourself how many individuals. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Dar al-Arqam, how many he had? Half a dozen? 1 dozen? Little by little. When Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu joined them, it was in public. And he said, Ya Rasulullah, let's make it in public. He said, no. No, we should invite everybody loudly and make a demonstration. From that time, Islam went stronger and stronger. So, mashallah, you still remember in the 70s, there was no Islamic center. When you established the Islamic center, even we prayed, not in the house. The house itself, I don't know if it is still there. Is it still the house? We came there at that time, there was no masjid. It was only the house. We had to pray Salatul Jum'ah outside the house under the tree. And then the masjid had finished later. So people did what they did, those who came here pioneering. Now 1 masjid or 6 masjid? 6 masajid. Who knows? Let them have 100 masjid. Let them 100 schools. Why not? But we want professional societies like yours here to organize themselves and render services, inshallah. Is it okay? And don't feel jealous if you have 10 masjid and 5 schools. We can't help it. We are not good planners. We are not good planners. Why? If we are good planners, we could have said 100 years from today, what should we achieve? And let's put it on ink, on paper, and then work it. You do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. Wallah, it will be the best. We fight among ourselves temporary. You hate me, I hate you. You build a masjid, I build another masjid. After a year, we solve our problem. But alhamdulillah, there are 2 masjid. But why should we make this masajid through fighting and madrasa through hate and then back to them? So instead of building now masajid, what should we have? School. And extra, you, professionals, you should have what? Professional societies as Muslim professional societies, and do some type of thing that nobody has done. One Islamic center in our neighborhood have 42 Muslim physicians in one center. Nothing, they didn't do anything. Only recently they thought, one sister, she said, let's make a clinic inside the masjid. How can we make clinic? So finally they made it 1 or 2 hours a week. 2 hours a week, the clinic inside the masjid. There has a good number of buildings. So they said 42 physicians are coming to help the needy Muslims or non-Muslim only 2 hours a week. Is it good, 2 hours a week? What can you do in 2 hours a week? Who's going to come from the 42 physicians in these 2 hours? They could have made it 2 hours a day. Yes or no? And it will be. So you can do something like this, a clinic inside the masjid, and then render services. It's up to you. Otherwise, make a professional society among yourself and render different areas. You still remember first day how many services we said? Plenty of services we should do, but don't be saying, Wallah, too much. Say, make one. Don't worry about everything. Only one. Professional society for one area. Yes?
Is there any scientific, like proof regarding the seed you said in the Sakr?
Wallah, the only scientific proof is Quran and Hadith.
Yeah, but like there are so many things coming out from science that you can correlate with the Quran.
Yeah.
So has there anything out yet?
This particular thing will never be proven now till the day of judgment. Because how can you create the human being again unless you put the water of life? It's not H2O. Water of life in the day of judgment, Ma al-Hayat. Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned about Ma al-Hayat, which is different composition of H2O. And then it will regenerate and germinate that seed in the grave. But we should talk about more and more those in the field of science and technology and biology and medicine. We should talk about it. Of course, we should talk more about the two angels, Munkar and Nakir, in the cemetery, in the grave. They will come to you, to me, to interrogate me. Did anybody put any video and tape recorder inside the grave after we leave the grave? After we bury? No. So why don't we put at least...
I heard it was done with the whole thing was shattered.
It was what?
I heard somebody put the whole thing in there and it just shattered.
Could be. There are so many stories that we have heard in the old timers of those who bury people. They found even a rattlesnake coming there to beat that dead person because he was a mischievous person. So many things we have heard from so many people in the old country.
You said you'd let us know before you finish how to find a job spiritually.